Settling doesn't blow up your life, it just slowly erases you from it. Most women don't settle because they want less. Who wants less? No one. They settle because they're tired of wanting more and being told they should be grateful for what they have, or being shamed into thinking that wanting more is not, you know, they shouldn't want more. There are others who don't even have half of what they have. Settling doesn't look like failure, and that's why so many high achieving black women end up in that position without realizing it. Right? It's easy. It just sort of slips in and creeps up because it looks like the reason that it doesn't look like failure and why it happens in a very uneventful way, I'll say, is because it looks like you're doing what's expected. It looks like you're maintaining peace in situations where that's what is needed. It looks like you're keeping the status quo of your life and the lives of others around you going. You're maintaining it while you're quietly disappearing inside a life that looks fine from the outside, but is definitely not reflective of what you want on the inside. I've seen it in my life and in the lives of women I love, and even in the women I coach. It's like the executive who leads everyone else, but then goes home to a man who doesn't see her, right? Who doesn't desire her, where she's almost in a roommate type situation. It's women who, or a woman who meets every goal that she sets out to, but has to shrink to keep herself, to keep her friends comfortable. Friends who low key want to be her, but that's a video conversation for another time. It's for women, or it's like a woman who smiles through it all because saying I want more feels like you're betraying someone or feels like betrayal. And deep down, you know, or she knows she's settling, but she tells herself this should be enough. And if you've ever had that thought running through your mind, this video is for you. As I reflect on my life, I see that there were times when, despite things being good, many days felt like I was just on autopilot doing the same thing, like Groundhog Day. In fact, much of my life was like that, my adult life, before I started this unhooking from the strong black woman trap journey. Sometimes, except for maybe a special event or trip, I couldn't tell what happened from year to year because I was just doing all those things. Crazy pants. And everything worked, but I didn't feel alive inside it. I didn't. I could tell myself these are the things that I said I wanted that I have. I could check off those proverbial boxes, but internally I just didn't. It didn't feel real in a sense, and that's the thing about settling. It doesn't announce itself like ding ding. Who's there? It's me. I'm settling. I'm here to ruin your life. I'm kidding, but I'm not really because it sneaks or creeps in, and before you know it, boom, you're staying in relationships that drain you because you don't want to start over. Like I'm 40, I'm 50, it's been 20 plus years, 19 years. Where do I go? How do I start? What do I do? Where do I begin? You find yourself working late, proving your value long after you've earned it, right? When it's time to relax and rest, you've achieved that title, you have the corner office, and you're still acting like an intern, or even you are nodding as you pretend to be engaged in a conversation that you've outgrown, that bores you, hanging out with people who you have zero in common with at this time, you know. You're agreeing, you're saying yes, you're acquiescing to requests that are completely opposite from what you want to do. And your soul is really like screaming, I want real stuff, I want real connections, I want to feel this accomplishments and these things that I have. I want to be in places where I'm desired, where it's vibrant, it's fun, it's light. Your soul is saying that to you, and that's why it feels off. It's almost like eating food that fills you up but doesn't fuel you, doesn't nourish you, like a McDonald's combo. Or so I'm told. So I'm told. You can survive on it, but you don't feel fed, and that's what it feels like. And a lot of us, many of us, most of us have learned that kind of survival early in life, that being grateful is safer than you desiring more or wanting more. That once you have external things, there's almost nothing else to aspire to or to desire to except just more, adding more things. You know, holding it together, being better than seeing that you're unraveling, where you don't even feel safe to say that, you know, this is not all that. It looks like this, but it really isn't all that. And, you know, you just want to keep the peace at any cost and just maintain that facade of success at any cost. So I'm going to ask you a question, as I like to do, because it's really all about you and helping you to reflect and see where you are on this journey of ours called life. Where in your life are you settling right now? It could be work, it could be in a relationship, it could be even with yourself. Where are your standards not showing up, or showing up half heartedly, doing what's familiar instead of what's really honest and true and authentic and integrous to you? Where? If you're ready to stop living life on fine when you're not, and really start to feel into worthiness, feel into fulfillment, feel into enjoying what you've already accomplished, you can download the High Achievers Guide. It's a micro first step towards unhooking from the strong black woman trap. But if you want to skip the line and quantum leap, I just, quantum is everywhere, so I'm using it, into a life that feels real, where your days actually match the woman that you've evolved into, who you've become. That's the work that we do inside Embody. It's where high achieving black women learn to rebuild or recreate or shift so that the life that they now live feels 100% like theirs. There's no compromise, there's no half-heartedness, there's no give and take. It's you being authentically yourself and your life aligning to those authentic values or to that authenticity. You're not perfect. We're not talking about perfection. We're not talking about being polished. We're just talking about being true to you and who you are at this stage of your life. Because settling might keep you comfortable, just like eating the McDonald's combo might fill you, but it's not fueling you, and it's not filling your soul, and it's also keeping you invincible, keeping your true self from being seen. I'll see you in the next video.